friends, welcome to the third lecture of thermodynamics. Dear friends, in second lecture we have already studied about types of function, quasi-static process, types of heat. And now friends, we will continue our lecture with first law of thermodynamics. Dear friends, it is the law of conservation of energy, which state that energy is neither created nor destroyed. It can convert from one form to another, or energy always conserve. This statement further called as first law of thermodynamics. Friends, our term internal energy is also related to first law of thermodynamics. What is internal energy? Is amount of energy required to create a system, or if any system is already exist, then store energy in system is called as internal energy. Joule's experiment suggests that internal energy is the function of temperature. It means if any system have higher temperature, then its internal energy is also higher. If it has a lower temperature, then its internal energy is also lower. Dear friends, what is the properties of internal energy? So, as it is energy, it is extensive property. As I already says that all energies are extensive property, independent of which form of energy. Friends, it is point function. It is fixed at particular point. So friends, it is fixed at particular point. So it is exact differentiation. Dear friends, if we use specific terms, then it become intensive property independent of mass. What is specific internal energy? It is internal energy per unit mass. Now we will apply our law of conservation for cycle. Cycle is which has final and initial state is same. So friends, this is our cycle in PV diagram. We are applying dq amount of heat and we are getting dw amount of work from this cycle. So first law state that for cyclic process, the net heat transfer in cycle must be equal to net work transfer from the cycle. It means this net heat transfer is equal to net work transfer from this cycle. This is the first law for cycle. Friends, what is first law of thermodynamics for process? For process, heat transfer to system is equal to sum of change in internal energy and work transfer. It means this is the heat transfer, then it is equal to change in internal energy and work transfer. Dear friends, if we are supplying dq amount of heat to process, then it is used in change the internal energy and work transfer. This is the first law for process. Dear friends, let's understand with this example. A system have internal energy initial is 18 kilojoule and final is 16 kilojoule. Friends, this is the internal energies. Okay friends. Now the heat supply is dq is equal to 18 kilojoule. Now friends, we are applying first law of thermodynamics for process, which is dq is equal to du plus dw. We are here going to find how much work transfer. Okay friends. So as we know that dq is 18 kilojoule and change in internal energy is initial is 80 and final is 60 kilojoule. So friends, 60 minus 80 and what is dw? That we have to find. So from here dw is equal to 100 kilojoule. This is the use of this equation. We have to find how much work transfer, how much change in internal energy and how much heat is supply is find from this. Now friends, we will move to derivation of internal energy. In this, what happened? We are know the first law of thermodynamics for closed system process. It is dq is equal to dw and du. So friends, this is the closed system process. So we already derived the dw is equal to pdv. So we will put the value here. For constant volume process, for constant volume, dv is equal to 0. So what happened? dq become dw. Okay. So dq become du. Friend, we are know that dq is equal to cv dt. We are putting the value here. And what happened? We are integrating this from 1 to 2. Then what happened? We find that u2 minus u1 is equal to cv t2 minus t1. Here at constant volume. So we are using specific heat at constant volume. Friends, here we find that internal energy is the function of temperature, and also we find that u is equal to cvt. Okay friends, it is internal energy is energy of system at constant volume, and enthalpy, which is denoted by h, is the function of system at constant pressure. Okay friends, so this is the difference between internal energy and enthalpy. Here friends, now we will move to our next topic, which is work done for closed system. First one is reversible constant volume process. Here volume is constant, so this process is called as isochoric process. Dear friends, as we know that for process, our first law of thermodynamics is dq is equal to du plus dw. So this process is constant volume process, and for closed system, so we use dw is equal to pdv, and for constant volume dv is equal to 0. So we get dq is equal to du. Friends, we are integrating both sides from 1 to 2, and what we know that du is equal to cv dt. So friends, after integration, we get that heat transfer from 1 to 2 is equal to cv t2 minus t1. This is the heat transfer for constant volume process, and as we know that volume change is 0. So friends, work transfer is 0. Here friends, this is PV diagram for constant volume process, in which we find the line, constant volume line, and we know that area under this diagram is work done. Friends, here diagram area is 0. So friends, what happened? Work done is 0. Here diagram is line, and line has no area under it. So work done is also 0. Dear friends, now we will move to our next process, which is reversible constant pressure process. Here pressure is constant, so this process is called isobaric process. We know that first law for process is dq is equal to du plus dw, and this is closed volume process. So friends, what happened? This is closed process. dw is equal to pdv, and what we get? du is equal to cv dt plus pdv. Friends, what we know that PV equals to mRT. So the here mass is unity, and PV is equal to RT. So friends, we are putting the value of RT here. PdV is equal to RT, and what happened next? We are taking dt as common, and CV plus R become here Cp, and we are integrating this, and we get what? Work done from 1 to 2 is equal to pressure, which is constant, and from 1 to 2 integration of dV, then work done is equal to P V2 minus V1. And what is heat transfer? Heat transfer is Q1 to 2 is equal to Cp T2 minus T1. This is the friends equation for transfer of heat, and this is the work transfer equation. Friends, this is also called as isobaric process. Now friends, this is the PV diagram for this. So friends, we get this area under this diagram. So this is the work done by constant pressure process. Now friends, we will move to our next process, which is reversible constant temperature process. If temperature is constant, then it is also called as isothermal process. We know that first law for process is dq is equal to du plus dw. Now friends, we know that it is closed process, so dw is equal to pdv, and we already derived du is equal to cv dt, and pdv is same. So friends, here there is no change in temperature, so dt becomes 0 and dq is equal to pdv. Now friends, we know that pv is equal to rt. Here there is temperature is constant, so pv is equal to constant friends here. And what happened, p is equal to c upon v. So we are putting here c upon v, and we are integrating both sides, so we get what, work done from 1 to 2 is equal to heat transfer from 1 to 2. Friends, it is c ln v2 upon v1, and we know that c is equal to p1 v1. So friends, we are putting the value here, and c is equal to p1 v1 ln and v2 upon v1. So friends, for isothermal process, work done from 1 to 2 is equal to heat transfer from 1 to 2 is equal to p1 v1 ln p1 upon p2, or p1 v1 ln v2 upon v1. Friends, this is both are important equation, and work done is same. Friends, now this is the PV diagram for this work done. Here our curve is hyperbolic. So friends, area under this curve is, what is this? Work done from this system. Now friends, here work done and heat change is both same. So friends, this is the end of our lecture. Thank you very much.